On day 29 ng paglilitis si Chief Justice Renato Corona at ngayon mga kasama natin ang dating Secretary at Senate Clerk of Court nung impeachment trial ni Pangulong Erap Estrada, si Attorney Lutgardo Barbo. Magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon, Nikki at saka Gio.
Okay, ano pong mga pagkakahalintulad na nakikita nyo noong impeachment ni Pangulong Erap at saka ngayon?
Well, well attended in a sense, pero sa tingin ko noong panahon ng kay President Erap, clear-cut ang partisan lines. Mahalata mo yung mga senators immediately, ma-identify mo ito maka-Erap, ito anti-Erap. At pati nga ako, pinaghinalaan ako because I was associated with Nene Pimentel. Nene Pimentel handpicked me as the Senate Secretary. And Nene Pimentel was suspected. In fact, sinabi ito sa akin ni Titi Ginggona at saka si Raul Rocco. At one time, sinabihan ako, masyado namang umapabor si Nene Pimentel kay Erap dahil si Mrs. Estrada ay Pimentel ang apelyido. So they were linking me to him. But Nene Pimentel did not know that when he appointed me, I was with the movement for Erap to resign. Erap resign movement. Pati ako pinagsususpid sana. At one time, yung journal ng Senado, question ni Senator Rene Cayetano. Bakit daw nabago yun? Sabi ko, I never had any hand doon sa minutes doon sa journal.
Pero ngayon nakikita nyo, hindi ganon. Yung mga senador, parang, they're still, most of them are still like open.
I think so. Meron namang ipinakikita silang impartiality. Notwithstanding the fact na sa rules, sinasabi doon na hindi dapat i-discuss ang merito ng kaso. But some of the senators are discussing, even the Senate President is discussing some of the merits of the case. And sometimes yung mga spokesperson, they discuss the merit of the case. They go into the bone of contention.
But how do you, andyan na po si Senate Presiding Officer Juan Ponce Enrile. Babalikan po namin kayo mamaya.
Sure.
At mag-uumpisa na itong day 29 ng paglilitis si Chief Justice Renato Corona. At marami tayong inaasahang mga testigo. I think about 3 or more ang ipipresenta ng depensa ngayon. But of course, we expect the cross-examination of the budget officer of the Supreme Court na si Araceli Bayugan. We see the senators coming in para mag-umpisa na ang paglilitis.
So makikita natin, jam-packed yung araw. At nasabi nga ni Attorney Tranquil na kung kahapon nandyan si spokesperson Maidas Marquez or clerk of court Maidas Marquez, ngayon ay hindi po siya present. So balit meron silang nakahandang 3 or 4 na witnesses na isasalang sana for today.
Yeah, I'm wondering kung ba't hindi siya kasama. Nakita ko siya kanina sa hallway.
Of the Honorable Chief Justice Renato C. Corona of the Supreme Court is hereby called to order. We shall be led in prayer by Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada.
Panginoon Diyos, dakilang Ama namin sa langit, kinikilala namin ang inyong kabanalan. Muli, sa araw pong itong Panginoon, ay lumalapit kami sa inyo upang humingi ng inyong basbas, gabay at patnubay, upang patuloy namin magampanan ang maayos ang tungkulin na naiata sa amin bilang mahukom sa paglilitis na ginaganap dito sa bulwagan ng Senado. Muli niyo po kami bigyan ng ibayong linaw, ng pangunawa at kaisipan, ng lakas ng loob at paninindigan, at isang malinis at matapat na puso na walang papanigan kundi ang tama, ang matuwid at ang katarungan. Panatilihin po ninyo ang kahinuhunan at katiwasayan ng loob naming mahukom sa pakikitungo sa magkabilang panig upang nang sa ganon ay lumabas ang isang hatol na patas sa lahat. Naway matapos namin ang paglilitis na ito ng walang anumang balakid at sa lalong madaling panahon upang makapagsimula ng aming bansa sa isang magandang panimula at makinabang naman ang aming mga kababayang naghihirap. Ipagkaloob niyo po sa amin, Panginoon, ang mga tamang salita upang maging makabuluhan ang aming mga katanungan at nang maabot namin ang pawang katotohanan lamang sa makaganapang ito. Ito ang aming samot dasal sa ngalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Amen. The Secretary will please call the roll, Senators.
The Honorable Senator Judges Angara, Arroyo, Cayetano Alan Peter Compañero, Cayetano Pia, Defensor Santiago, Drilon Ejercito Estrada, Escudero, Gingona, Honasan, Lacson, Lapid, Ligarda, Marcos, Osmeña, Pangilinan, Pimentel, Recto, Revilla, Soto, Trillanes, Villar, the Senate President.
With 17 senator judges present, the presiding officer declares the presence of a quorum.
Mr. President.
Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I ask the Sergeant at Arms to make a proclamation?
The Sergeant at Arms is directed to make the proclamation.
All persons are commanded to keep silent under pain of penalty while the Senate is sitting in trial on the articles of impeachment against Chief Justice Renato Corona.
Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we dispense with the reading of the March 13, 2012 Journal of the Senate sitting as an impeachment court and consider the same as approved.
Is there any objection? There being none, the March 13, 2012 Journal of the Senate sitting as an impeachment court is hereby approved. The Secretary will now please call the case.
Case number 0022011 in the matter of impeachment trial of Honorable Chief Justice Renato Corona.
Appearances.
Yes, the-
Majority Floor Leader.
Parties to make their appearances, enter their appearances, Mr.
Good
President.
afternoon, Mr. Senate President, Your Honors. For the prosecution panel of the House of Representatives, same appearances. We are ready, Your Honor.
Noted. The defense.
For the defense, Your Honor, the same appearance. We are ready, Your Honor.
Noted. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, we are now ready for the continuation of the presentation of evidence by the defense.
Is the defense ready? I understand the prosecution reserved the right to cross-examine a witness yesterday.
Yes, Your Honor, and we have that witness with us today.
Now, is the prosecution ready to do the cross-examination?
We are ready, Your Honor.
All right. Let us start the proceeding this afternoon by the cross-examination of the witness presented by the defense yesterday.
While waiting for this witness, Your Honor, who is being summoned now by a member of the defense panel, may we be permitted, Your Honor, to make a short manifestation?
Proceed.
Yeah, yesterday, among the documents that were marked for the defense, Your Honor, is a handwritten letter of Mrs. Corona acknowledging the receipt by way of borrowing the different torrent certificate of title. Now, they were borrowed by the prosecution lawyer, Your Honor, Attorney Justiniano, Your Honor. Now, after the trial, in yesterday's proceedings, Your Honor, the said document has been missing and it was not returned, Your Honor. We tried to have a talk with Attorney Justiniano, but there was no satisfactory explanation regarding the same, Your Honor. We are bringing that matter to the attention of this honorable court, Your Honor, just so proper remedies may be adopted by us in connection with the recovery of the said document.
Well, is Attorney Justiniano here? Yes, Your Honor. Well, what happened yesterday?
I recalled having borrowed a bunch of documents, but I did not notice that receipt.
there were a bunch of documents which I turned over.
No,
to the-
I saw them being transferred to you.
Yes, Your Honor. There were a bunch of documents, Your Honor. I think that some of them are our copies of the documents which they mark. I am not really sure if that's one piece of paper is included in those bunch of documents. May we be given time to look for them?
No, that I saw that the documents were handed to you, I think, by the defense counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. We admit that, Your Honor, the receipts, the Xerox copy of the receipts, but I don't really recall that one-page document, the receipt of the delivery of title. But anyway, we will look for it, Your Honor. It's possible that they may have been, it may have been together with the other documents, Your Honor.
Please do that.
We will do that, Your Honor.
That this has an ethical implication.
We will do that, Your Honor. We will look for that document.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Attorney
How
Steven.
soon? How soon can we expect the prosecution to?
Until tomorrow, Your Honor.
Tomorrow. We are on trial today.
We can ask some of our members, Your Honor, to
Who
look
is
for
the custodian of your records?
I turn over the documents, Your Honor, after I have examined them to Attorney Wilson Hines, Your Honor. As far as I am concerned, I don't keep any documentary evidence, Your Honor.
You are ordered to look for that document.
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution, proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Under the same oath.
Under the same oath.
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Bayoga on the witness stand.
Mrs. Bayuga, good afternoon.
Before you proceed, that's the only document missing, the handwritten.
The handwritten acknowledgement, Your Honor, of the 7 title, TCT titles, and the date of sale, Your Honor, of the Miriam property, Your Honor, both in handwriting.
And the deed of sale and the 7 titles are with you.
Yes, Your Honor. In
Except-
fact, we have
except-
it marked even, Your Honor.
Except the handwritten receipt.
Yung bang deed of sale, andyan? Andyan? Ano nawawala? Yes, Your Honor, only the handwritten acknowledgement of Mrs. Corona relative to the borrowing of the 7 TCTs, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Proceed, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mrs. Bayuga.
Good afternoon, sir.
And you testified yesterday, was that by virtue of a subpoena?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when exactly did you receive that subpoena?
Yesterday morning
Also yesterday.
at around 10 a.m.
Okay. Now, when you received that subpoena, you were asked to bring with you the certification that you brought with you. Is that correct? Or had you already prepared that beforehand, ma'am?
Beforehand, sir.
Okay. Before you came to court yesterday to testify, you are aware of the Supreme Court resolution dated February 14, 2012 regarding the propriety of Supreme Court justices and employees from testifying before this impeachment court?
Naririnig ko po yun, pero hindi ko po nabasa.
Hindi niyo po nabasa. So, nung sinapina po kayo, wala po kayong ginawa na may ugnayan ho dun sa resolution na yon? Kailangan niyo bang magpaalam sa korte bago kayo nagpunta dito?
Siguro